Hello everyone and welcome to the Destiny 2 lore. So today we're going to talk about the Fallen and their involvement in the storyline of Destiny 2. So from what we know as a standard player base is that the Fallen are alien creatures who act much like pirates. They do not have a sense of pride and or honor. They just scavenge what they can to self-benefit themselves. The Fallen have been seen ever since the beginning of Destiny 1 till currently right now, which is the Forsaken DLC. There have been many iterations of the Fallen. First, we begin with House of Devils. The House of Devils was originally the first type of Fallen that we encounter when we land in Old Russia. They seem to be really hostile, and aside from that, they also had many banners showing their dominance above the other houses. And if you don't know what houses are in other words group or conjoinment of several people of the same kind. And for many of you who do not know what the Fallen are, they aren't exactly human. Think of them as alien creatures from a long distance. They are nowhere originated from the solar system that we belong in. They were pursuing the Great Ball in the Sky, also known as a Traveler, who gave us our light. And because of that, they wanted the light for themselves, thus pursuing it and trying to find ways to obtain the blessing of the light. The second house that we are familiar with is the House of Kings. The House of Kings vary from the House of Devils due to the fact that the House of Kings are more strategists than anything else. They plan, they assassinate, and they have small numbers, but those small numbers are extremely dangerous. We have the House of Wolves. House of Wolves, they were found on the asteroid belt, and they were captured by the Queen Mara Sov. The House of Wolves is a house with no rules. They do not stand by the banner of any other house, and they seem to want to grow even stronger, but our character in Destiny 1 stopped them from pushing forward by defeating their leader, Skolas. We also want to move on into the Splicers. The Splicers are the Fallen, but in a corrupted, mashed form of Russian technology and their current bodies. So the Splicers were originally the House of Devils, but once we defeated the House of Devils, we thought that would be the end. But we unfortunately left them unguarded in the Plague Lands for quite some time. Because of that, they dug deep into the wall of the city and found a weapon that it was thought to be destroyed by the Iron Lords. This weapon was like any super mind conflux. It had the ability to transform into anything, whether it be buildings, weapons, bridges, cars. It had that nanotechnology membrane. And unfortunately, the House of Devils decided to use it for their own benefits. They mashed this nanotechnology into themselves, sacrificing their bodies to develop themselves into more evolved Fallen. Variations of their bodies were repugnant. Teeth showing, vertebrae sticking out, large columns of red shards also poking out through their body. And this gave the Fallen strange values. Because if we look at the Fallen, like I've mentioned earlier, they are lawless pirates. But with the Siva, they behave more in the sense of, we need to take control over this area. This is our turf, and we're gonna get it one way or another. So you can say that the Siva did corrupt them. Entirely. That is absolute. But what we also have to realize is that the Fallen are somewhat knowledgeable of sacrificing themselves to be greater. We also want to take into account that the Fallen at the current Destiny 2 position are not entirely the same as they were in Destiny 1. The Fallen seem to be all under one race. We don't know quite yet why that is, but we can all assume it's because they were disbanded by us. Oddly enough, we find out that our friendly Fallen from the House of Judgment bears a symbol in the Cosmodrome. That symbol is a symbol of peace, but now it means something else. Our friend Varix possibly has his own faction of the Fallen, and they might be simply misunderstood. Either that, or Varix has grown corrupt. It's quite difficult to understand why he would, considering we helped him gain the Ether and keep everybody in the House of Judgment secure. Well, this has been it for the Destiny 2 Fallen. Make sure to check out the other videos coming out soon. Thank you so much, and have a wonderful day.